What is good, y'all? It's your G Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Pittsburgh Pirates rebuild video, baby. And today we're getting to yet another episode here where we're going to try to get further along into the season, go into draft number 2 of the franchise, man, and really start to build out this minor league system and these prospects for us. So if you guys are ready for yet another draft, hit the video with a like, comment, subscribe. You know we're gonna have some gameplay in this video too, because we do have the All-Star weekend coming up here. So as you can see, we're only 6 days away from the draft phase here. So, of course, we want to get over into it. We are 40 and 50 here. Coming up on this break, coming out of a 2-game losing streak here to the Phillies, where we come back and looks like we have a chance to win this one here with Mitch Keller going 7 innings and getting a complete game shutout, looking like we're up 1-0. And then let's see here. White Sox want to offer us a trade coming out of that great dub. And, ooh, this isn't too bad. Dominic Fletcher, B potential, 74 overall. He's 27. Not good contact versus left at all. 225, 7 home runs. I mean, this is a decent start for him, but I don't know if that's really something I want to give up, especially for like a young prospect like Josh Worth, Edgar Collado. I mean, he might be C potential, but I mean, he still has a chance to maybe be a platoon guy up at the major league level. And Fletcher's only got probably about 3-4 more years to being solid while these guys are still young. I mean, he's already got better contact versus left as an 18-year-old. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and probably decline this trade here, just because I think I see more value with Josh at right field, Edgar at third base, and then they want to get me a relief pitcher. It's actually one of my very few ones that have B potential at relief pitcher. Even though he hasn't been good at the major league level, he is killing it down at AAA right now through his 96 2/3 innings. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and decline that trade from them and continue our way forward. As you see here, 3 hits as a squad. So I'm able to pull up for a run here thanks to Jared Trilio getting a triple. And Keller only went 7 1/3, so no complete game shutout. But great job by the bullpen to go and get that closed up, only for us to end up losing the following day. Jared Jones, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Would have loved to come away with a dub there, but he's been struggling here as of recently. We lose, or we win the next game out with Paul Sneeze, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, scoring 7 as a team. And we end up, kind of taking the lead in that series there, 1-1. Before we go into a series here with the St. Louis Cardinals, bases juiced here actually. We're up 9-7. Let's go ahead and get some gameplay in before we go ahead and get into the draft here. Bottom of the 7th, Jared Trilio is up. We've seen him get our only run before, so can he be clutch here? Bases loaded against Zach Thompson here in the bottom of the 7th. Ooh. First pitch we see is a 12-6, deadly up by the chest. I would have loved to go ahead and crank that one out. 0-1 count here. It's a 4-seamer or cutter that gets popped up high in the zone. Timed it up well, just got underneath it. Probably thought it was going to break a little farther than it did, and unfortunately, that got popped up, and you already know how it goes, man. If it doesn't match up with the rest of the simulation, it just sends you to the end. So that was the only at bat that we were able to get, man. Was not able to try to make a full comeback. We ended up losing that game 9-7. But it does bring us into the futures game as well. We're going to get a little bit more gameplay in here because we do have to check in on the future of the league to see if we have any players involved in these games here for us, because this is where you start to see like these guys that might be ready for that next level step up to the majors. Kind of had a left time in the minor league, so you're not going to see all of our top prospects. But I just want to see if we had anybody kind of get into this game. I see Alexis Santos, our closing pitcher, actually did make it onto the roster, which is not too bad at all. Now I'm not seeing any starters there go get added though, and of course only one reliever gets to go. But 19 years old, 1-1 record, 24 saves this season already, and the ERA still at 117. I can't wait to see him come up. Drew Jones looks like he's going to be up here at the game, but so is Herbert Beal, up to a 69 overall already, 15 home runs, 282 average. He looks like he's going to come in with crazy power at least. I mean, 15 home runs is wild. That's the only 2 or 3 guys that we have. So let's player lock here with Herbert Beal, 282 average, 802 OPS. I mean, I was not expecting him to come in with this much power. I mean, it's rare where you see like guys in the minors like AA, AAA hit like 15, 20 home runs. So this is definitely promising for his power. As that throw goes down and it gets him. So not even able to get used to his first at bat here. But John Hobbs is the one that he's facing. We'll have to see if he gets any hits here to progress and really show out against these future scouts. Now I am going to say that I'm probably going to show my inexperience here. I'm not sure what stadium we're in right now, but I do see it says the Chop House out there. So I think we are in Atlanta. at the Braves Stadium here. It's been some time since I've watched games on TV and stuff like that, so I'm not used to how stadiums looking, telling the differential. But I'm pretty sure we're in Atlanta here for this game, and Atlanta's a great place to go out for some singles, great place to go out for some steals. As we're gonna go around this one out around second base, the throw will go down to first and throw him off the bag, so the error will cause us to scamper all the way over to third base for us. So thank you for that. And we're gonna chop this one on the ground. Actually, this is in the air. I can't really see it. I don't have a beat on it. Oh, there it goes. I guess we went out to right field. We're gonna try to take off here late. And what actually happened was, so I saw it, like, obviously it had an angle in the air. I saw everybody lining up, so I wanted to try to go, but he didn't go when I told him to. And then by the time he did, like, it was just too late to kind of get him back. So ended up getting thrown out at third base, not able to do anything with that one. Showing a little bit of the pop and power here as this one goes up to center field with some good strength behind it. But ultimately, we do end up still getting the dub there for the two. Only get about 3 at bats. Alexis Santos actually ends up getting the dub. One inning, gave up a hit. Drew Jones 0 for 2 in a walk, and he struck out, so not a great game for him either. But overall, we had 3 guys participating in this. Some good performances. I'd say really, getting a hit, getting a win. We'll take that and lead us straight into the draft with some positive momentum here. As in the 2025 player draft, we got to get our prospects up on the board. You can see we have a good, strong top of the class here. Phil Murdoch, 6th on our overall board. He's going to come in with great contact and power versus lefties, good vision, arm accuracy and reaction look great, which is good for the outfield. Could possibly play right. Doug Watson coming with good speed, solid fieldings, and his contacts and vision are going to be in good spots for the future. 3rd overall on our board as a lefty pull hitter too. So get another lefty into the lineup here with some, like I said, about above average pop, 74, 72. If those higher end ratings actually end up working out, this would be a solid player. That's what I typically look at. What is the max ceiling I could potentially get out of you? And that's why I really like here Julian Cortez, 1st on our overall board, 2nd on the MLB board. Crazy power, crazy contact, crazy vision. The only thing is he has no fielding, average fielding and no speed. So I think I like this though. 79 to 95 potential, 59 to 75 on his overall. So around the 60s that'll come in at, and a chance to get up to 99 or 95. He'll bat left, throw right. So another lefty bat in the rotation. So between one of those 3 will be our top picks. I think right now my favorite is Julian Cortez, as we just have to hope he doesn't go number 1 overall because we do have the number 2 pick. And then we have the rest of everybody else. So we have a lot of people on the board here, kind of at the corner infield spots. We have a couple second basemen, relievers, and some corner infielders. So we'll definitely go ahead and try to look at some of these guys to pull into the draft, and ultimately trying to see how we're going to build up this team even further. And now that we're going to go ahead and get into the draft, of course, we have the 2nd overall pick, so we'll have to start it up, get our cutscenes in for at least 1 pick, and then we'll actually be a part of the cutscenes. But it'll be amazing to see. Do we get Phil, Doug, Julian? Do either of them 3 get picked with this 1st overall? It's going to be Will Gall. 4th on our board, 4th on the MLB board, 78 to 97 potential, a 21-year-old, 4-year college prospect, so not too bad. But that means for us, then, you already know what we're going to do. Without question, it's going to be Julian Cortez, 1st on our board, 79 to 95. You guys, I've talked about getting a first baseman for so long. You already knew that I was for sure going to be picking up Julian, especially with him being number 1 on our board here. 79 to 95 on his potential, so he could have a really high potential grade, really good overall grade. He's got very good offense, and the defense at first base we can work around and at least train him up on. Now I picked 3 Rafael Saenz. Ends up going next, the starting pitcher, 29th on our board, 16th on the MLB board. So kind of an interesting choice there for the White Sox to pick up at the 3rd spot. But somebody they must have really liked a lot, or they just need a lot of starting pitching help. Now this does take us into our round 2 pick as we start to let some stuff blow by. What are we going to do second? We've got guys like Rob Key here, 63rd on our board. Good potential, great overall. Looks like he's gonna come in, almost MLB ready with solid power too as well, or solid hitting versus lefties, decent versus righties. By the time we get to our pick, a lot of the guys that we did want got took. Rocco Owen, starting pitcher, goes to the Nationals, who I did like. He was 36th on our board. If you go back to the other rounds, Grady Ross got taken 38th by the Tigers. a third baseman that I was looking at to challenge up with Rob Key. So we'll have to see who ends up being better. Phil Murdoch goes 9th to the Tigers. Doug Watson goes 5th to the Marlins. So both of them at least go top 10. Both of our other 2 options that we could have took at number 2 go top 10. But that leads us to go with Rob Key there at third base. Pretty solid player. Looks like an MLB ready level prospect at 21 years old. Only 2 years at JUCO too. So that'll benefit him as far as coming in and being great. Now, of course, we still have more guys off our board coming off. Norris Stewart, starting pitcher. Preston Drake, who you can see has great hitting. Very on par with Julian. Defense is pretty much the same. Just his potential was lower. Overall lower. So we'll have to see which one actually ends up being better. David Reyes, also at first base, was somebody that we were looking at. Great contact guy with better defense. But I ended up going with a better overall offense. Leading us to go here in the, I guess you say, competitive round B, second round. I was looking at potentially going second base. I was looking at Sean Gorski. Then he ends up going to our division rivals with the Milwaukee Brewers, making this next decision a little bit easy over who we're going to take with our pick. Well, relievers are always going to be there, so I'm going to go with second baseman Patrick Robert, 79 to 84 on his potential. So once again, another solid looking prospect. Not going to start out MLB ready like the last one with Rob, but I think he could be a strong candidate for us here if we go round 3. Russell Song, relief pitcher. We're going to go ahead and pick up round 4. I'm going to get us another third baseman, Satchel Hollander. And let me know down below, do you guys like this like faster pace, like just kind of showing you guys my picks? I feel like I could break down my ideology, what I'm going through these, but I'll really be eating up all that clock. Like if you guys look at the time at the top, I'm eating up all the time. So, I mean, let me know if you guys want it to show that. I just kind of got a shorter version here for us. As you a relief pitcher here, we're going with another one, Matt Song here, who was unranked and then moved into our board. So that's why I really liked him a whole lot, especially coming in pretty high at 112. And then here with the last pick, we're just going to go with a starting pitcher that actually had a really good, as you can see here, non-ranked 62 on our potential or on our board. So I was like, shoot, I gotta go ahead and go pick him up. Maybe he might be like that. So Ray Felix will be taken with our last selection in the draft, leading us into All-Star Weekend, man. Let me know down below what you guys think about the draft. Of course, we're going to get to the draft class at the end, so that'll be really where you get to see how good my picks were. But let's go ahead and focus on All-Star Weekend, and then we're going to get through the rest of July, so I have a little bit of fun here. Going into the home run derby here at Truist Park, just wanted to see if we had any participation, and it looks like this year we actually will. Pete Alonso, 26 home runs so far in the season, actually cracks the top 4 in the NL, and we'll be participating in this year's home run derby. So year 2025, we already got some participation in All-Star Weekend. More than just having one little All-Star, we have a home run derby participant. We got the 4 guys from the American League side line up against the 4 guys from the National League side, and we'll go ahead and see who's able to take home this crown here today and who's going to be crowned this year's home run king. You got Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, Julio Rodriguez, JD Martinez, Pete Alonso, Ronald Acuna Jr., Shohei Ohtani, and then Matt Olson. So you got obviously the NL battles, the AL battles, 2 guys from the Astros, 2 guys from the Dodgers, and Pete Alonso set to do up against Ronald Acuna Jr. I said 2 guys from the Dodgers, I mean 2 guys from the Braves, but set to do up against Ronald Acuna Jr. And we'll see what type of round we're able to hit here. Obviously, you get 4 minutes to just crank out as many home runs as you can. If you guys obviously, you know, if you've been living on a rock and haven't played home run derby ever, or haven't just played these newer versions because it was different in the past, you get 4 minutes to go ahead and crank these homers out. If you get 2 home runs of 440 plus, you get the bonus time, which we just go ahead and eclipse there with that home run going 458. And Pete Alonso, he has been killing it this season. This is exactly what I brought him in to do, provide more power in the lineup. Last year, we only had 2 guys crank 20. This year, I think we have 2 guys that can crank 30, maybe even one that will get 40 with Pete here, already being at 26 halfway through the season. But we have seen the home run derby curse come in and affect players where they come out here, ball out, even win it, and then in the rest of the season only get like 2 home runs because they're going back to swing regular pitches and not these batting practice ass swings. Now, as you can see, we're already running out of stamina too. You do have to manage stamina here in the home run derby. So, you know, when it starts to get low, you got to get yourself, you only get 1, 2, but you got to get yourself a little timeout in to refresh your energy, because if you don't, we get a lot of these line drives, and here we just go ahead and take our time out, refresh the energy, get that thing back up, as we are now only at 7 here with 2 minutes left to go. That is definitely not going to be enough to beat Ronald Acuna Jr. as everybody else in the other rounds were all around 17 to 20. So that's kind of what we're shooting for here. Is these things are almost all getting pulled too. No opposite field power from Pete here today. As all of these things are, there goes a little bit of opposite field. Into the opposite field bullpen. back to the pool work. And I got a question for you guys, man. Let's keep things interactive here in the series. Down below in the comment section, let me know if you got to participate in the home run derby, who would you pick to throw your batting practice? Would it be a celebrity? Would it be a relative in your family? Would it be an actual MLB pitcher? Would it be somebody that's going to throw that thing fast and mess with your home runs? Would you throw somebody that, they're going to throw slow, but that thing might be all over the place. They don't know how to throw that thing accurately, just laid up at the belt like some of these. Just getting taken deep out into the outfield. I mean, we could have probably had bonus time 3 times over with how many of these getting just cranked. As that one's another 457. This one going opposite field, or hit up against the wall. We're running out of energy yet again. Of course, this is going to happen. I mean, you're going to get 1 timeout, so we're down in the red. We're almost completely tied, but we're in our bonus time now. 30 seconds to crank out a couple more. And it looks like we're at 17. Probably get about 4 more swings in here. Get up to 18. That one's center field. 19. Can we hit 20 with our last swing here? And that will fall short. So we'll not go ahead and get 20 home runs, unfortunately. But 19, I feel like, should be good enough. As we go ahead and jump into Ronald Acuna Jr.'s home run derby performance here. See, we go ahead and skip to his last minutes. We are still up here, but only by 6 home runs before he needs a tie, and he's got 30 seconds plus bonus time to do it. So he's basically got a whole nother full minute as he pulls that one down the third base line, pulling this one as well going out of here. Only 4 left to tie. That one's in center field, and he's got it. He goes into bonus time, swinging and fouling one off, it looks like. So at least we will go into this bonus time 30 seconds, and he's got to hit 4 to beat us, 3 to tie, and force a tiebreaker, as that ball is obviously long gone. 458 feet to the second deck. That ball is pulled deep out to left field, going back at the wall, and it is gone as well. I mean, long home runs are cool too. It takes too much time off the clock. And here with 10 seconds left, he hits 3 in a row. As this ball is going deep, he'll have time for 1 more swing, it looks like. If the pitcher can get it off, this will be the last one. It's pulled deep back left field, going, gone. 391 feet. Ronald Acuna Jr. beats us here and advances to the next round. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is where things kind of get a little weird. So as you can see, everybody pulled their home runs. You can see Ronald Acuna Jr., Jose Altuve, JD Martinez, and Matt Olson ended up being Acuna Jr. and Martinez, where Acuna Jr. actually ends up becoming the home run derby champion. Unfortunately, while exiting out of this simulation, we kind of ran into a little bit of a problem where I was not paying attention and I actually exited out too fast. As you guys will actually see here in a moment, shout out to Acuna Jr. hitting 20, 19, and 17 in that final round. I exited out too fast and I ended up actually starting it over instead of just exiting. So we did restart by accident. I did want to show you guys that so you guys can see what the original way it was supposed to go down was. But in the redo, JD Martinez ends up winning it. I still don't win it. I didn't even play it. I just simulated because I lost first round anyway. And that'll take us into the MLB All-Star game, where we actually have no pitchers being represented. And then if we go over to the bats here, no starters. But coming off the bench will actually be Henry Davis. 14 home runs, 49 RBIs, up to a 78 overall now at 25 years old. Already has 100 hits on the season and actually has a better average. So I don't know how he's starting over Will Smith, who's batting 273, 15 home runs, 58 RBIs. If you look at Davis, I mean, less than the home runs and RBIs, but a better average. And on a hot streak instead of a cold streak, I think he should have been a starter. But that's just me. Obviously, if I put him in a starter, I could have walked in and player locked. But we just go ahead and simulate through that one. So, of course, it's time to go ahead and sign these draft picks up, man. We get to finally get guys on the board, start signing contracts. We're going to go through this quickly, too, as well, so we can just see what those overalls are looking like. And here we go. And to sign the picks, of course, we got a lot of guys with a couple guys with high interest, a lot of guys with high scouting. As we did a really good job kind of clearing out big portions and making sure that we got getting guys that we knew we wanted for sure. So we got a couple guys here even all the way at 100. Obviously 95% is still good too as well. So we're gonna go ahead and start offering contracts to some of those guys, including our first overall pick, Julian Cortez. We're gonna go ahead and get him to sign his deal here, about $9.4 million bonus. Rob Kai also signs his, and then Satchel Hollander getting his done. So that's 3 out of the 7 picks already taken down. and the first week, and everybody else we wanted to scout up. But we did get a trade offer here from the Blue Jays, man. They want to give us Davis Schneider for Anthony Salamento, one of our young arms, a lefty, B potential, 71 overall. But this is a great outfielder that's a utility player, plays every single position, batting over 300, 5 home runs, 58 RBIs. I think this could be an excellent opportunity for us to get better with our bats. So we go to make that deal work and then get back to making other deals work as we sign Ray Feliz to his contract deal. Patrick Robert is going to go ahead and sign his deal as well with the team. Russell Song is down under contract. And then last but not least, we have Matt Song, his twin brother, as he goes ahead and declines our first option here, even though we gave him exactly what he wanted. So after another week of scouting to up the interest a little bit, we offer the same exact thing. And this time he goes ahead and signs. I guess saw a little bit more interest out for just one more week of scouting him. And that will basically do it. We've got everybody under contract. Didn't miss out on anybody this time around. And we cleared up the rest of July here, getting into the trade deadline. Of course, I don't see any trades need to be made by our team. We're not doing anything. Is Randy Arozarena going to the Mariners from the Rays? We're having a pretty good season this year at age 30, but I guess the Mariners trying to make a little late season push here. So they're trying to get as much offense as they can as we go and beat the Cardinals there 6-3. And we're jumping straight into these draft picks. So are you kidding me? 79 overall, 99 potential, Julian Cortez. This has got to be one of the best draft picks I think I've ever selected in my MLB lifetime. A potential, 79 overall. It's 99 potential too. Comes in with MLB ready to hit player. Vision's even at 60, so that's not even bad. The only thing that he has to work on is his defense. That is the only reason. The only thing holding him back right now is his defense. Everything else is a solid Major League Baseball starter at 18 years old. That is crazy. Not even 21 like Rob Kai here. 79 potential, 74 overall. So he's MLB ready too as well. The power is there versus lefty. The contact is there. Vision is good. And defense actually is good here too. So he's a lot more solid in a lot more areas. But that is 99 potential is crazy. Everybody's in the green except for one. We have 2 blues as another 90. We're going to get to Patrick Robert here, the second baseman I wanted to get. MLB ready contact, 64 vision, 72 discipline. He's going to be ready to come up. He just needs a little defensive work. Russell Song, 60 overall, but 74 potential. Could be a good, solid bullpen arm possibly. That walk per 9 is pretty low though at 49, so we'll have to see how he develops. If he's able to increase that at all with his 83 velo. And then we have Satchel Hollander, our other A potential prospect, 90 overall. Unfortunately, 49 overall currently. So, everything he has is boo-boo. But to be able to pick up 2 90s is great, at least in my eyes. The only thing that he doesn't really have anything going for him. Maybe like reaction time is about it. But has a lot to work on. Probably spent most of his time in single A here for the first couple years. Matt Song, 58 overall. He's also C potential, but way better on his walks per 9. Just got to get his hits per 9 up. And then starting pitcher Ray Feliz, who ends up having 61 stamina, so definitely don't want that. This is more of a long reliever for sure. Not a strikeout guy, not a hits guy. He's definitely going to be somebody that we probably use mainly in long relief, if he even sees any time. But he is a 69 overall. D potential, so he's already better than his potential. I think it was 67. So we'll have to see what those career arcs look like, but I can't believe we got the only 99 in the draft. And of course, you got to look at the rest of the division. Looks like the Cubs picked up another catcher, Patrick Woodson, being their best player. B potential at 86, 52 overall right now. So he's going to need some time to grow, but a heavy catcher class for them as they drafted 2 more in the later rounds, both at 70 potential. The Reds, a lot of unsigned prospects here, closing pitcher and 2 relievers that didn't sign. And their best player ends up being a starting pitcher, Steven Stevens. 87 overall potential. Kind of a little underwhelming when he had a chance to be A, but 56 overall right now. 32 on the strikeout per 9. And 62 on his stamina. Wow. I wish more starting pitchers came in with high stamina. At least give me 70. But I guess like in today's MLB The Show, like 70 is actually getting you pretty deep into the ballgame. So 60 might not be as bad as I think. I just think more people should be in like the 90s. But it's rare to see somebody in 90s. As the Brewers end up picking up a decent draft class here. Reliever Francisco Chavez, 71 overall, B potential, 85 on his hit per 9, already coming in, 90 on his walk per 9. He's not going to be giving people on base, so he's not going to be striking out either. And then, of course, you go look at the Cardinals. They got a 94 overall potential starting pitcher, 89 stamina. His hit per 9 is pretty much the only thing that he's got going for him, so he needs to work on the other 3 things. But this is going to be a scary starter one day. Daryl Eckert. We have to keep our eyes on him, see if we see him come up, see how long it takes him to get to the show, because that is a true talent that they were able to just go ahead and pick up a couple of other key average players here. That's going to be the one we watch out for. And then, of course, the Brewers picked up the second baseman I did want in Sean Gorskiski. 76 potential, 51 overall. I think we probably kind of lucked out with ours. Rocco Owen also had 69 stamina, so very low. Would have been a decent pickup, but I just hate seeing that stamina. Honestly, I hate seeing it below 80, but really not trying to see it in the 60s. Doug Watson, who we were considering with the number 2 pick, is going unsigned by the Miami Marlins. So we'll have to see, since he's only 18 in high school, if he just goes back to school and tries to get next year, or what he's going to do. Because I think you can also have them enter the free agency portal. So we'll have to see if he's there and maybe even go sign him. David Reyes at first base ended up being pretty strong, 58 and 76 potential, but obviously not too many people going to beat the 99. Juan Nito, finally, somebody that had 80 stamina. Somebody that we were looking at, didn't have really good potential though, 62 overall. That 80 stamina is pretty much the only good thing that I do like about him, with the 78 potential. But Phil Murdoch also going here to the Tigers, and will be ready contact division. Could have been a strong pick for us there, and then they went Grady Ross right after him. He ends up being, significantly worse with only 79 potential for third base, but he does have that pop and he does have durability. So probably to be like a DH type of caliber player. But I'm happy with our draft class, man. The people that we were able to pick up. Let me know if all the guys that we kind of looked at there today, was there anybody that you guys kind of felt like, maybe I should have looked at them a little bit more, or is there things that I could have did to make this draft class a little better? So get down below in the comment section. Let your boy know. Next time out, we will go ahead and obviously get into the end of the season, get our way through August and September call-ups, and get set for another offseason. So if you guys are ready for all that, please hit the video with a like, comment, and subscribe for your boy, so that way we can go ahead and get into that next video. And I look forward to seeing you guys there, man. It's your boy SGG, aka the King Kings, aka GM Smooth, and I'm out for the day. Later.